Good afternoon to all. Welcome to class 12th economics. We are doing the chapter balance of payment where almost it has come to an end. We have covered the meaning of balance of payment account. That is, it's a statement which records systematic all economic transactions of one country with the rest of the world for the given period of time. What all economic transactions are being recorded? Transactions related to visible items, invisible items, unilateral transfers, and capital transfers. Four items are recorded. Visible items means the transactions related to trade, that is export and import of trade, where we are talking about the goods, right? Invisible items means the transactions related to services. Services means the services of shipping, the services of insurance, the services of IT or software, these things. Unilateral transfers are also recorded. Unilateral transfers means one-sided transfers, where we simply say that the gifts, grants, personal remittances, donations are being given or being received. That is also recorded. And capital transfers. Capital transfers means it is simple, which the transaction which either increases or decreases the asset or increases or decreases the liabilities of the government. The structure of BOP also we have covered. The structure of BOP refers to the two sides, credit and debit side. The credit side of BOP records all the inflow of cash which is coming into the economy. Whereas if we talk about the debit side of BOP, the debit side of BOP involves all such transactions where amount or outflow of cash is being done. All right. So the credit side of BOP, as it includes the inflow of cash, which means it will include the export of goods, export of service, unilateral transfer receipts. Unilateral transfer receipts, Deepak have a carry. Deepak, unilateral transfer receipts means one-sided transfer receipts. For example, it is like a transfer income for which I have not given any factor, but I'm receiving it out of that can be love, care, affection, or respect, so that I'm just receiving out of that, but I have not provided any factor for that particular thing. For example, I'm receiving the gift, I'm receiving the any indemnities like remittances from the personal remittances from the foreigner, or grants or donation, that comes through the unilateral transfers. If we are paying it, that would be unilateral payment. If we are receiving it, that is unilateral receipt. All right. Okay, moving further. I told you in economic sense, the BOP can be of three categories: balanced BOP, surplus BOP, and deficit BOP. Balance of payment means where the receipt side, that is credit side of BOP, is equals to debit side of BOP. That is known as the balanced BOP. Then surplus BOP क्या होगा? Where the credit side of BOP is more than the debit side of BOP, surplus BOP. What will be the deficit BOP? Deficit BOP will be where debit side of BOP is more than the credit side of BOP, which means we simply say that deficit side is more, loss or payment side is more than the receipt side. That is ultimately known as the deficit BOP. Then there was the concept of balance of trade. Balance of trade was simple, the balance of export and import of goods, which is also known as balance of visible trade, which means balance of trade is equals to export of goods minus import of goods. That is known as balance of trade. And there can be the surplus balance of trade, there can be deficit balance of trade, or there can be the balanced balance of trade. If I talk about the surplus balance of trade, which means this is absolutely about where we say that export of goods are more than the import of goods, that is favorable balance of trade. Deficit balance of trade will be the where the export of goods are less than import of goods, which is unfavorable balance of trade. And balanced balance to import of goods, which is ultimately known as the balanced balance of trade. So we have these three: surplus BOT, deficit BOT, and balanced BOT. All right. Now, next was the BOP and BOT difference. I hope this is clear to all of you because I have explained all the points one by one from this difference, that balance of payment and BOT has a major difference among each other, where we simply say that balance of payment is a vast concept, but when we talk about the balance of trade, that is a narrow concept. Why? Because balance of payment is ultimately vast concept because it includes all transactions such as export import of goods, export import of service, unilateral transfers, capital transfers. So it includes all. That is why it is a vast concept. But when we talk about balance of trade, it includes only the balance of trade, right? It includes only the balance of visible items only, visible trade only. So that is the narrow concept. So all the points we have discussed in the previous class, you, if you have missed it, you can just check it on YouTube and you can just get to know about the difference one by one each point. Now, next we did was that the balance of payment has two major accounts: current account and capital account. When we talk about the current account involves all the transactions such as visible items, invisible items, and unilateral transfers, जो ऊपर के तीन थे. But when we talk about the कौन सा item, if we talk about the capital account, in that case it includes only such items which are of capital nature. अगर आपको structure of BOP याद है, see this स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ बीओपी, ये देखिए, इस स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ बीओपी में एक्सेप्ट दिस लास्ट आइटम्स ऑफ कैपिटल अकाउंट जो आपको दिख रहे हैं, इसके अलावा ऊपर के ऑल आइटम्स आर दी करंट अकाउंट आइटम्स, राइट? बट दिस इज दी कैपिटल अकाउंट आइटम, ये कैपिटल अकाउंट आइटम है, ये ध्यान रखना, ठीक? So accordingly we can say that the visible item transactions, invisible item transactions, and unilateral transfers, these belongs to the current account transactions, but the transactions of capital account are ultimately the capital account transactions, जो capital transactions है, ठीक? So current account involves visible items, invisible items, and unilateral transfers. आप तीन ही कर लो, फोर्थ की भी जरूरत नहीं है. And capital account के अंदर क्या क्या transactions आती हैं? Capital receipts and capital payments. इनके example जैसे borrowing लेना या borrowing देना, that is borrowing and lending of private or government. Foreign direct investment मिलना या foreign direct investment हमने करना उधर, ठीक? ये सब चीजें. डिफरेंस भी कल हमने किया था करंट अकाउंट के अंदर और capital account के अंदर. This difference also we have already covered in the last class, right? Now look at this components of capital account. First component of capital account is borrowing and lendings to and from abroad, which is ultimately borrowings from abroad, where we are saying we are getting the loan from the abroad, we are getting the loan, or even if we are paying or giving them loan to abroad. In that case, of course, this is the current capital account item. This is the capital account. Now tell me, what will be the debit item? Debit item will be where the payment is moving out, where there is outflow of cash. For example, there is lendings to abroad. When we are paying lendings to abroad, that means we are making payment to others. And when we are making payment to others, we are lending to abroad. There is an outflow of money, there is an outflow of cash. So of course, that is the debit item. But when we talk about we are getting the borrowings from abroad, we are getting the borrowings from abroad, which means now we are getting the money from foreign countries and there is inflow of cash in India. So that would be the credit item. That would be the credit item. All right. Okay. Same way, investment done in abroad. Now tell me, we have invested in abroad. When you have invested in abroad, that means it is investment to abroad. Of course, that will be the debit items only, because when we are making the investment, there is outflow of cash, there is outflow of income to the foreign country. But when we talk about investment from abroad, यानी कि हम लोगों को investment मिली, that is the credit item. All right. Then change in foreign exchange reserves. Change in foreign exchange reserves. See, whatever foreign exchange reserves we have, that also comes under the capital account only. So if there is increase in foreign exchange reserve, if there is increase in foreign exchange reserve, that is the debit item. Why? Because if I have done something and if there is increase in forex, मतलब फॉरेन करेंसी बढ़ रही है, अमेरिकन डॉलर्स हमारी कंट्री में बढ़ रहा है, तो डोंट यू थिंक उसके बदले में मैंने रुपीस बहुत सारा दिया है, so that is outflow of money, so that comes under the debit item only. बट अगर सपोज डिक्रीज हुआ है, कम हुआ है, दैट वुड बी दी credit item. ठीक, so decrease in foreign exchange reserve is credit item and increase in foreign exchange reserve is the debit item. Clear? Moving further, components of current account we all know: visible trade, invisible trade, unilateral transfers. ये तीन major points है current account के अंदर जो आते हैं. तो visible trade में export of goods will be credit item, import of goods will be debit item. Why? Because export of good is basically where when we are getting the money from outsiders, from foreign. Import, we are making payment to foreign. ठीक. Same way, invisible trade, export of service, credit item, import of service, debit item. Unilateral transfers, if there are transfer receipts, credit item, transfer payments, debit items. Then income receipts, if suppose any income is coming in, that would be the credit item. If any income is being paid to outsiders, that is the debit item. So that belongs to the debit items of BOP. Now, this is the last topic, that is autonomous items versus accommodating items transactions. That what are the autonomous transactions in BOP and what are the accommodating items or accommodating transactions in BOP. See, whenever we say that what is the autonomous transactions in BOP, we clearly explain that the transactions in BOP which take place due to some economic motive such as profit maximization, that would be known as autonomous transactions or autonomous items in BOP. That means whatever transaction in the BOP is being done with the aim of economic profit, where my economic motive or my economic profit is being there, that transaction would be the autonomous transaction. For example, if I am exporting the goods, if I am exporting the goods, then of course there is an economic motive which is lying behind, that I want to export, I want to earn income. That is the autonomous item of BOP. But what will be the accommodating items of BOP? Accommodating items of BOP will refers to those transactions which are undertaken to cover the deficit or surplus in the autonomous transaction. I told you yesterday that overall BOP account needs to be balanced. I think किसी की query भी थी ये, that overall the BOP account needs to be balanced. Balance of payment account पूरा overall balanced होना चाहिए. Suppose by doing all the transactions, we see that there is either surplus coming out or there is either deficit coming out. What I have to do in that, if there is any surplus coming out, then what I can do to for doing that, मेरे पास बहुत सारे केसेस होंगे. क्या? अगर सरप्लस आ रहा है तो क्या करो, या तो आप उस सरप्लस से क्या करो, और कुछ इंपोर्ट्स कर लो, गुड्स इंपोर्ट्स कर लो, सर्विसेज इंपोर्ट्स कर लो, कवर करना है ना पैसा सारा, एक्स्ट्रा नहीं रखना क्योंकि हमने बीओपी को बैलेंस करना है. या सरप्लस आ रहा है तो क्या करो, एसेट खरीद लो, मेक इन्वेस्टमेंट इन द फॉरेन कंट्री. ठीक, lend money to the foreign country, give some grants to the foreign country, give some donation that way. If there is deficit in BOP coming out due to the economic transactions, due to autonomous transaction, if there is some deficit coming out to be, loss आ रहा है, पैसा खत्म, borrow कर लो, asset sale कर दो, वहां से investment मंगा लो, means something needs to be done likewise. Something needs to be done likewise. That is the accommodating transaction, which means the transactions which take place in the economy for earning some profit, the transactions which takes place in the economy for earning some profit, those transactions are ultimately known as the autonomous transactions. उनको बोलते हैं हम लोग autonomous transactions. But if the transactions are just there to cover up the profit, if the transactions are being done just to cover up the balance, to make the balance in the transaction, that would be termed as accommodating transaction. देखो मीनिंग में सब कुछ क्लियर हो जाएगा. Autonomous items refers to those international economic transactions which takes place due to some economic motive such as profit maximization. But accommodating items refers to the transactions that are undertaken to cover deficit or surplus in the autonomous transactions. यानी कि autonomous transactions तो वो हो गई जिनको हम कर रहे हैं for earning some economic profit because some motive is being there. But accommodating transactions are those transactions which are done just to cover up the surplus or deficit which is arising out due to the autonomous transactions. Clear? Now, autonomous transactions are independent of the state of BOP account. ऑटोनॉमस ट्रांजैक्शंस फ्री ट्रांजैक्शंस होती हैं. हम प्रॉफिट मोटिव से कर रहे हैं तो हम ये सोच के नहीं करते बैलेंस्ड होगा बीओपी नहीं होगा, हम ये सोच के नहीं करते. ऑटोनॉमस ट्रांजैक्शंस हम करते हैं बिकॉज वी वांट टू अर्न प्रॉफिट. बट accommodating transactions are undertaken to maintain the balance in the BOP account. लेकिन जो accommodating transactions हैं वो इसीलिए की जाती हैं ताकि BOP को बैलेंस किया जा सके कि अगर autonomous transactions की वजह से इकोनॉमिक प्रॉफिट अराइज हो रहा है, कोई इकोनॉमिक सरप्लस आ रहा है या डेफिसिट आ रहा है, तो बीओपी को बैलेंस कैसे करना है. अब सरप्लस आ रहा है ना, तो क्या करोगे, पैसा ज्यादा दिख रहा है, क्रेडिट आइटम्स आर मोर देन द डेबिट आइटम्स इन बीओपी, तो व्हाट विल यू डू, we will do one thing, either invest money to abroad so that payment will move out, give some grants, give some donations, or lend some money to foreign, और परचेज सम एसेट्स फ्रॉम फॉरेन. यानी कि आप पैसा लगाने के लिए सोचोगे जब ज्यादा पैसा है क्योंकि बैलेंस करना है अकाउंट को. लेकिन अगर डेफिसिट होगा, लॉस होगा, तो अभी पैसा कम पड़ रहा है अकाउंट के अंदर, डेबिट आइटम्स आर मोर देन द क्रेडिट. in that case what will you think, debit items are more than the credit items. that means in that case you have to do such a thing. उसमें आपको एक चीज ये करनी पड़ेगी कि जब डेबिट आइटम्स ज्यादा है क्रेडिट आइटम्स से, लॉस ज्यादा हो रहा है, पैसा मंगाओ, बोरो करो, एसेट बेच डालो, ग्रांट्स वगैरह एक्सपेक्ट करो लोगों से, फॉरेन से. सो दैट इज द accommodating transaction. सो जो ऑटोनॉमस ट्रांजैक्शंस होती हैं वो फ्री होती हैं, फ्री फ्रॉम एनी स्टेट ऑफ बीओपी अकाउंट. बीओपी में बैलेंस होगा कि नहीं होगा हम ये सोच के नहीं करते ऑटोनॉमस ट्रांजैक्शन, वो तो प्रॉफिट कमाने के लिए हम करते ही हैं. लेकिन accommodating transactions क्यों की जाती है, टू मेक द बैलेंस इन द इकोनॉमी. accommodating transactions इसलिए की जाती है सो दैट बीओपी अकाउंट शुड बी बैलेंस्ड. Next, autonomous transactions take place both in current and capital account. Autonomous transactions take place both in current and capital account. Accommodating transactions take place only on capital account. Usually ऐसा ऑब्जर्व किया जाता है कि जब भी लॉस या प्रॉफिट होता है, लॉस होता है तो कंट्री क्या करती है, बोरो कर लेती है, और अगर प्रॉफिट ज्यादा होता है तो कंट्री एसेट्स वगैरह खरीद लेती है. या लॉस में बोरो कर लिया या एसेट्स को बेच दिया, और अगर प्रॉफिट हुआ, सरप्लस हुआ, तो क्या किया, सरप्लस केस के अंदर लेंड कर दी मनी या एसेट्स वगैरह बाय कर ली. तो यूजुअली इट इज ऑब्जर्व्ड कि जब बीओपी के अंदर प्रॉफिट दिखता है गवर्नमेंट को, तो गवर्नमेंट उस प्रॉफिट को लगाने के लिए सोचती है ताकि बैलेंस हो जाए. प्रॉफिट लगाने के लिए क्या करते हैं, या तो बोरिंग्स दे देते हैं या फिर एसेट्स बाय कर लेते हैं, ठीक. और अगर लॉस दिखता है तो बोरिंग्स लेते हैं या एसेट्स को बेचते हैं. Then alternate name of the autonomous transactions above the line items of BOP, and other name of accommodating item is below the lines items of BOP. That's all. And the next topic which is there, causes of disequilibrium, is not in syllabus now. Thank you. Now you people have to tell me your doubts if